Hey, thanks for joining me for tea and poetry. Today I'm reading Life Studies and For the Union Dead by Robert Lowell. So I mean, this is not new. This came out in, Life Studies came out in 1959, I think. It was just a watershed collection. It changed everything about the landscape of modern poetry. It became a kind of a, I don't know, like everybody after that started writing like Robert Lowell. And actually he taught at BU. He taught, two of his students were Sylvia Plath and Anne Sexton, who kind of follow in the Lowell footsteps, if you will. Also, just a little interesting side note about Plath and Sexton. Apparently they were quite competitive with each other and they were always trying to outdo each other. I'm sure that must have been very exciting to be in that class. Anyway, so I'm going to read today one of the poems from this collection. It's called Waking in the Blue. If you don't know this poem, it is about his experience at McLean's Hospital outside of Boston. He had a lot of difficulties with his mental health, and at one point was at McLean's, maybe more than one point, but this is a poem about that experience. So it's called Waking in the Blue. The night attendant, a BU sophomore, rouses from the mare's nest of his drowsy head, propped on the meaning of meaning. He catwalks down our corridor as your day makes my agonized blue window bleaker. Crows maunder on the petrified fairway. Absence. My heart grows tense as though a harpoon were sparring for the kill. This is the house for the mentally ill. What use is my sense of humor? I grin at Stanley, now sunk in his 60s, once a Harvard All-American fullback, if such were possible. Still hoarding the build of a boy in his 20s as he soaks a ramrod with the muscle of a seal in his long tub, vaguely urinous from the Victorian plumbing. A kingly granite profile in a crimson golf cap worn all day, all night. He thinks only of his figure, of slimming on sherbet and ginger ale, more cut off from words than a seal. This is the way day breaks in Bowditch Hall at McLean's. The hooded nightlights bring out Bobby, porcelain 29, a replica of Louis XVI, without the wig, redolent, and roly-poly as a sperm whale as he swashbuckles about in his birthday suit and horses at chairs. These victorious figures of bravado ossified young. In between the limits of day, hours and hours go by under the crew haircuts and slightly too little nonsensical bachelor twinkle of the Roman Catholic attendants. There are no Mayflower screwballs in the Catholic Church. After a hearty New England breakfast, I weigh 200 pounds this morning. Cock of the walk, I strut in my turtleneck, French sailor's jersey before the metal shaving mirrors and see the shaky future grow familiar in the pinched, indigenous faces of these thoroughbred mental cases, twice my age and half my weight. We are all old-timers. Each of us holds a locked razor. I find that that last bit just gave me chills. I think one of the things that makes this so compelling is the poignancy of this narrator, he's using a tone of almost whimsy and humor, and yet it's so deadly serious and sad. It's tragic, really. Oh, Robert Lowell. Amazing. Okay. Well, all right. I have to get back to work this afternoon. I have some appointments to go show a client some properties that she's had her eye on. So I'm going to wrap it up and finish my tea. And but I will be back with more tea and poetry, so we can take another break together. I think I'm going to read some more Robert Lowell. This next time though, I think I'm going to read some of For the Union Dead, because I think those could be really interesting. Actually, maybe I'll read some more of the ones from Life Studies too. Okay. All right. I'll be back. In the meantime, take care.